But another issue that is trending in the news right now is the fact that yesterday the Nigerian Prison Service confirmed that a jailbreak happened at the Minna maximum security prison.
Yeah, indeed, the spokesperson of the prison service in Niger State, Rabiu Shuaibu, said the incident occurred on Sunday night at the prison, which is in Tunga area of Minna metropolis. 2 persons, a prison warder and a commercial motorcyclist, were killed in the process of the jailbreak. The unfortunate incident was perpetrated by the armed criminals who attacked the prison and gained access after an exchange of fire with armed prison officials. And this led to the death of a prison officer and an Okada rider who conveyed a prison officer on night duty. So not only are the citizens safe, not only are the citizens unsafe, the security personnel are unsafe, the people who have been apprehended for committing crimes and sent to the prisons as well are unsafe. Where are we going from here?
You see, the truth is, it's been a long time coming. If I'm going to go by the way of some rappers of the old school, it's been a long time coming. Our prisons are in a state. The prison is supposed to be a correctional facility where people go in, go through a particular process, and come out better than they went in. But sadly, in Nigeria today, in fact, the Minister for Interior was quoted to have said that our prisons are, you have people who go in as goats and they come out as lions. It's a very pathetic situation. What we must do is begin to look at all of these issues. Our prisons are overcrowded. We must begin to decongest these prisons. There are people who have been sent to prison because they were loitering or because they were wandering. Also, were sent to prison as a result of trumped-up charges. Do you know that some of our prisons were built before Nigeria gained our independence? Some of these, yes, some of these structures you see are structures that were built by our colonial overlords, and prisons that were supposed to take maybe 1,300 people or some. I know the Port Harcourt prison, I think around 800 persons. It's nothing less than 5,000. Now, a prison facility that is supposed to take 800 persons, nothing less than 5,000, people go into prison and they even network.
Look, Chukudi, let me even ask you something. Do our leaders not think that the more you overcrowd the prisons, the easier you make it for jailbreaks to even happen in the first place?
They don't go to prison. It cannot affect them. You understand? So they don't think in that direction. And because a big man, big case, big bail, small man, big case, big jail.
So at the end of the day, we now need to look at our prison reforms. We remember having the man from the Diamond Hearts Foundation. You had him on your show on radio, and we had him on TV as well, who made reference to the fact that they go into prison. Prison is supposed to be a reform facility, but they go there, connect with other gang members, come out even tougher and ready to infiltrate the society.
Because they have nothing to lose. They have seen it all. The person goes into the prison and it's like, normal life. He comes out, you do not even empower people. We've read about facilities where people go in and they are reformed. They become better, learn a skill. And, when they have a second chance at life, they do well in society. But the chances are once you go in, you're most likely going to come back with a lot of pain against society. And you become even more hardened because...
You take a cue from other countries and how their prison facilities run. Remember when we talked about the Bali 9? A lot of them over time had improved. Some had become artists and their paintings were sold in international auctions. We've seen people who go into the prison and come out much more better and fit to be absorbed into the society.
In all honesty, the Minister for Interior should have been fired. Yes, in a society that works, he should have been fired. Do you know that the quotes about people going in as goats and coming out as animals was even from, I think, from last year, where he visited Port Harcourt prisons. I think he represented the vice president at the time. We do not even hear anything. I read some very strange news that 7,000 naira is spent a day on a prisoner, and I was shocked. We channel funds into, I don't know how true that is, I can't confirm, but if you look at the budget and how much we channel into all of these every year, you begin to wonder what exactly we're doing.
Flaws in the justice system. We don't look towards rehabilitating our inmates. We see people go into prison, and as soon as they enter, they're no longer a human being, they're an animal. And quite frankly, it's a breach on human rights if we even just start there alone, And
even with the arbitrary murders that happen in the prison, people we can't account for that go into the prison and never come out, never face death row.
Interestingly, last week, the Senate set up a committee that was supposed to speak to, those at the helm in the Nigerian prisons, to ask them why they were putting underage children or persons with hardened criminals in the same facilities.
Can you imagine?
So it shows you that there's a problem with the system. And if we do not begin to address these issues headlong, it's a waste of time.
And this is not the first time. In 2014, there was a similar jailbreak.
2014 is even. There are so many unaccounted for cases. Well, have you forgotten that, okay, even this was not a jail, it was some sort of police, divisional police command. You know, those people that were alleged to have been, you know, used by Senator Dino Melaye, they initially escaped now. They escaped before they were arrested. So it's a normal problem. It's a normal problem that we have to deal with, but we must deal with these challenges or else it's a waste of time.
Now, Chukwudi, let's touch on something slightly before we round up. When we connect over to our Abuja studios, we'll be getting a greater insight on this. But Senate President Bukola Saraki no longer has to appear in front of the police. They've told him to write a letter, and he has 48 hours to submit this letter with regards to the offer robberies and the allegations against him.
And we should also note that this change of plans came after a closed-door meeting.
A closed-door meeting.
Well, the truth is, it's a sensitive matter. We do not know. Let me play the devil's advocate. It doesn't look like I'm a child or something. We do not know if the meeting, you know, that the vice president presided over, that had the Attorney General of the Federation in attendance, the DG of DSS, and also the Inspector General of Police, we do not know if they had already scheduled that meeting. We do not know. And we cannot tell if it was because of...
It could just be a coincidence.
It could just be a coincidence. And we cannot tell if it was because of the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki. But the truth is, the Nigeria police force must be allowed to discharge its responsibilities. That is only when we will be able to say, okay, we have institutions that work. Obama advocated for strong institutions in our country. But like I said yesterday, you cannot divorce ethnic, political, and religious colorations from this particular issue. A lot of people don't even trust the hierarchy of the Nigeria police force. A lot of people have no respect for the National Assembly because of the way and manner they have conducted themselves. But the truth is, at the end of the day, when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. Yeah. When two elephants make love, it is the grass that suffers. So anything the elephants are doing, it is the grass that will still suffer. So what the grass must do
is look out for itself.
Look out for itself.
Yeah.
Water itself. Be green. Be lush, so that it will remain a grass. Because a grass that is not green, is that one grass? No.
That's the million-dollar question. Simple. But Chukwudi, thank you so much for this extensive update.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.